bodyweight bench. That's what I want to talk about today. Today is an upper body day, and yesterday on leg day, I briefly mentioned, the pistol squat is like the big three for leg exercise in bodyweight, right? Now, of course, that means that there's two other exercises. And today I want to talk about the push version. So, in the gym, you have bench. What do you have in bodyweight? In my opinion, it's not the push-up. You might say, well, the push-up looks most like a bench, but it's used in a different way, right? It's mostly used for endurance. How often do you see people maxing out on weighted push-ups? The way the bench is used in the gym is people come into the gym, or at least that's my impression. They go to the bench, no warm-up, 1 rep max, injure themselves, and then complain that the bench hurts their joints and their muscles, or that it's dangerous. And after that, they start arguing, well, you don't actually need the bench for gains. You can become strong without the bench too. And in bodyweight exercise, the exact equivalent of that is planche. Planche is like, for those who actually go to the gym and don't know, it's like a handstand, but you keep your body horizontally. And because you don't want your body to fall down, you have to exert like so much strength. So the reason I say planche is more of a bodyweight bench than an actual push-up, even though, yes, it hits shoulders, so it doesn't work the exact same muscles in the same way. The reason I say it is because the planche is actually focused on power. People do planche for power, like so many sets are just like 3 to 5 seconds, 4 to 5 reps. And even if you're only using your body weight, you can develop so much strength with the planche. And it's similar to the bench in that if you get good at the bench or the planche, all other push exercises become stronger too. You can become strong on the bench, and your chest flies will go up, for example, or your overhead press. That's just inevitable, because the bench is such a horsecock move. It's the most difficult thing you can do. On the other hand, if you do a chest fly, I think your carryover to bench is going to be minimal, to be honest. And in the same way, push-ups are great, of course. But if you do planche, you become great at everything. You become great at handstand push-ups. You become great at normal push-ups, at dips. Everything just becomes so much stronger, including gym lifts, by the way. There's so many instances of like elite planche athletes who try bench for the first time, and even though their body weight is like 65 kilos, they press 100 to 120 kilos, and then if they actually focus on it for a bit, they go straight to 140. That's 3 plates. That's elite. So the planche is gonna get you jacked, stacked, succulent, and dense, in my opinion, especially if you use it for like a bit of power building as well. It's just gonna get you huge shoulders. And I get it. Some people say, oh, but you don't need like a lot of delt work, the planche only works your delts. First of all, yes, it mostly works delts, but outside of that, also big biceps, also some chest, not much, but some chest, also your core, also basically your entire body, to a lesser extent than shoulders. It's a full body exercise, except maybe, quadriceps. but it's just so insane what you can do with the planche. And you know, unless you're doing a bodybuilding show, I don't get why you would complain about having big shoulders or big biceps. I mean, yeah, you've seen calisthenics athletes or gymnastic athletes doing a lot of planches, and their shoulders are fucking huge. But no one says, oh, their shoulders and biceps are huge. That's ugly. That's bad. I don't want to become like it. No, people are like, how the fuck did that guy get those biceps? How did he get those shoulders? I want to do the same. Well, it's the planche. And yeah, okay, it's quite a dangerous exercise. I'm not gonna lie. I've done this sport for 8 years plus. I can't count the times I've injured my forearm with planche or my bicep on one hand. That's because it's quite dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. And until recently, this year actually, I really didn't know what I was doing because I wasn't analyzing. But if you feel you're getting a bit tender somewhere, you know, oh, my joints are feeling too well, don't ignore it, because yes, then you get in the cycle of, well, I started doing planche again, and I got injured. That's the same with bench, you know. That's how people on bench keep getting injured. So they start the bench, they injure themselves, they just wait until it feels better, but they don't do actually anything about it. Sure, you let your injured body part recover. It's gonna get back to kind of where it was before, but it's not gonna magically get so much stronger that it will cover any injury in the future. You have to actually treat it. Yeah, and I get that's pretty boring, but if you treat it just like any other movement that you want to hit PRs on, guess what? It becomes fun, and I'll show you in today's video. So, today's workout, I'm doing planche and I'm doing forearm work because my forearms have gotten so much injuries over the year, but since I started working on specifically, they didn't. And also, I'll be doing some front lever. You know, we have the bench, which is planche. In calisthenics or bodyweight, you have the squat, the barbell squat, which becomes a pistol squat. What in the hell would deadlift be? And the third movement that I just love so freaking much, I'm not gonna talk about it today because I can't contain it in half a talk, is front lever. Front lever is such a good movement. Oh my god. Get ready for the next upper body day where I will probably just spend, you know, the entire time glazing front lever because I just like it so much, guys. I can't help it, you know. But anyway, today I didn't lock myself out of my apartment, so I can just run straight home and get to training. Today's gonna be kind of short, but I'll explain that in a bit. See you there. Alright, I just warmed up. First exercise of the day, planche push-ups. And I'm actually quite excited because at this load, this weight and this help, it's gonna be a rep PR for me. I haven't touched this amount of reps yet, so I'm quite happy I can get to do this today. But anyway, regarding the push-ups, you'll notice I will pause at the bottom and I will pause at the top. I actually have like a 60 beats per minute thing running, or I will have it running in a bit. And on the beat, I will go down and up. And there's a very specific reason I'm doing this. I'll explain it after I have my set done. By the way, I will do this set every 4 minutes. So I will just have a timer every 4 minutes, do a set, and then the remaining time is my rest time. And then, yeah, after the push-ups, I'm gonna do a press as well. This is just to make sure that I'm not breaking form too much. I know I have an issue bending my arms on the press, but I don't really care about it at the moment. Anyway, I'll just show you the push-up and then you'll see. Whew. All right, so as you can see, small pause at the bottom, small pause at the top. Why am I doing this? It's because I have trouble getting deep. Don't take that the wrong way. I have trouble going deep into the push-up and then getting it up, you know. also don't take that the wrong way, but I have trouble getting myself up into the planche and keeping it there with relatively good form. So when you're bad at something, how do you get better? Do you do nothing about it? It's the same with like your body parts, right? Your weak forearms are weak. How do you solve it? Do you spend no time on it? Do you just ignore it? Or B, do you actually spend time, work on it? I mean, you know the answer. If you don't train for it, you'll never get good. It's not going to happen magically. You can't say, well, I'm bad at planche, so I'll do bent arm stuff to get it stronger. That's not your main exercise. So it's important to just, acknowledge that you're bad at something and then enjoy getting better at it. And that's why I'm doing these push-ups. It's because, well, I can just spam them, right? Or I used to do it. And then I get better at like moving up and down. But my problem was I couldn't go deep enough. So I would just do push-ups like this the entire time. And then I would never get better at the deep position. So what I'm doing now is I'm very patiently, using some assistance. I'll explain about the assistance plus the weights in like another video. But I'm very patiently building up towards full planche push-ups, which are deep and with a pause. And then if I can control those, I'll also be able to do normal planche push-ups. So yeah, that's it. If you're bad at something, spend time on it, That's the only way you're gonna get better. Anyway, I'm gonna do this until I can't press anymore, or until I think I won't be able to press anymore the next set. So yeah, that's just to prevent the form from breaking down. I'm hoping to get 5 sets, but 3 is the minimum. Damn it. 3 sets is definitely the limit today, which is a bit of a disappointment. I said minimum 3, but of course you hope to get your ideal amount of work in. But no helping it. Since this is gonna be my limit, I don't think I can surpass doing it by doing 3 sets of 5 next time. So I'm debating on already getting in some extra volume, or to keep the extra volume at the minimum, recover for next time and try to get 5 reps for 3 sets anyway. But before that, I have a front lever. I will be doing pull-ups today. Again, 4 reps. I'm not always doing these low amount of reps. Yesterday I did it as well, but yeah, it's just whatever training I'm doing at the moment. Just kind of happens to be all low rep ranges. But anyway, I'll do front lever pull-ups to touch for 4 reps, and I think if I just do 3 sets, it won't really be a PR, but I have energy to do a PR. So I might just go for 5 sets on this one. Yeah, why not? We'll see. Alright, this one's going a bit better. I'm gonna talk more about front lever pull-ups in the next upper body video, but I wanna just mention that it's such a good exercise. Even if you're not doing calisthenics, if you're going to the gym, do the fucking front lever, okay? It's like a row or a deadlift on steroids, basically. I mean, you get good at the front lever, you can basically do anything in pool. You can do pull-ups, you can do pullovers at the gym, you can do deadlifts, just anything. The front lever has no real downsides, in my opinion. You can't get injured that easily. Just do the fucking front lever, okay? I'll talk about more about the front lever in the next video, or the one after that, when it's just upper body again. Alright, 4 more sets. Alright, that was the last one. This was the last set of front lever for today. For this one I don't need any extra stimulus to get extra gains. However, for planche I think I do. If I don't do anything now, I'll just be, throwing a haymaker the next time I want to try and best today. So the reason that is because the training you saw now, the let's say push-ups, these push-ups are the only exercise I did for the last 3 trainings, which is, it adds up to about 6 days, right? I do upper body every other day. So what happens there is, if you only do one exercise, basically you don't use it, you lose it. So everything that's not covered by this exercise is getting weaker now. So to cover up for that, for example, the longer holds, to cover up for that, I'm gonna do a bit of extra training on the planche, starting with holds. Yeah, and then hopefully by doing so, I won't do too much so that I can still recover. And then I hope to again be able to get more reps next time. So yeah, I will only do 2 sets, I believe. But for the first one, again, I'll focus on the holds, and the other one, I'll see. Probably just some bad form stuff to get some extra damage to my shoulders. No injuries though. Okay. One more set. God fucking damn it. Holy shit. Damn. That was a good set. In the last one, I tried to press up the handstand. I failed, as you saw, but the damage to my shoulder is so good. These bad form, you would call them, planche sits at the end of your workout. No better way to finish off your training. Although this training is not finished yet, don't get me wrong. There's still one more thing we should do, and I mentioned it briefly in the running talk. I mentioned if you do these heavy exercises, the big 3 exercises, yeah, you get injured quite easily. To prevent that, you should work on your weak parts, because if you don't work on them, then basically they don't get stronger, and the rest of your body does. So the rest of your body gets strong enough to basically destroy your weak parts. And to prevent that, you should work on them. So now I'm gonna do forearm work. And basically I discovered an exercise which just single-handedly almost solves my forearm injuries. So I want to share it with you. I call it the hammer lift. And it's like this, I pick weight and I go up like this. I'll just warm up and show you. And basically, when you're doing rehab or strengthening exercises, it's boring, right? But the way you don't make it, or you make it not boring, is by looking for progression. Planche, it's fun because you know where to progress. I want to do the full planche. That's your end goal. You know what you wanna reach. You can work towards it. You can see progress. That's fun. Bench, you can do more and more weight. That's fun. But guess what? With this forearm stuff, you're also lifting weight. You can also progress. It used to be very boring for me until I discovered this lift, and then I was like, hey, maybe I should get better at this. And I was doing it with 1 kilo at first, and it hurt. And then I kept doing it, and now I'm doing it with 6 kilos. And it doesn't hurt, and I'm getting stronger every time, and it's fun. Sometimes I have days where I just do forearms. I'm feeling too tired to do anything else. I just do forearms. And it's fun because I can, I'm tired, but it's this part of your body. I can max it out as much as I want, and it doesn't affect me for the next day. So I'm rambling on too much. I'll just show you the lift. It's very nice. So, God fucking damn it. It's forearms, but it's intense. Let me turn off the music. So as you can see, I lean back, I rest my arm on my other arm, like this, and then I just do this movement. And what it does, it strengthens this muscle in your forearm. And when you're doing planche like this, basically all the pressure in your forearms is almost on this one. So this one used to hurt all the time for me. But since I was doing this, or started doing this, it disappeared. Magic. So yeah, that's because this one is getting way stronger. Like I said in the beginning, I was struggling to do basically 1 kilo pain-free. I couldn't do it, and I was training full planche. So obviously I'm gonna get injured and more injured all the time. But now I can do it with 6 kilos, and it's fine. And I did 20 reps now. Last time I did 20 reps for 1 set, and then I did 10 on the other one. And basically I'm trying to PR that now. I want to get 2 or 3 sets with 20 reps, and then after that I'll progress to 7 kilos. These rehab exercises, it's best to aim for high rep ranges in my opinion, because then you're less likely to injure it even more, You do high reps, it's lower weight, so you don't get as injured as quickly. So basically, I always aim for 20 reps for a couple of sets before moving on to the next weight. So I have one more exercise I want to show you, but first I'll do my second set of these. I don't know what to call them, to be honest, but I just say hammer lifts like this because it's like you're having a hammer and pulling it up like this. I don't know. Try it. Alright, so I got 13 on the last set, which is PR, so I'm happy. Again, you can PR daily. And now the second exercise I want to show is the hammer curl. But the point is, you have to keep the hammer up at the bottom of your rep. So like this, I'll keep the hammer up. And now I'll curl like this. And this one, I don't let it go down. Fuck. And I failed to get a PR on this one. My PR was 14. I think I got 10 now. And if you do this, you'll notice it's not difficult to get the hammer up, It's difficult to keep it up at the bottom, and then once you have it at the bottom, you can get it at the top. But to not lose your position when you're going up, That's the difficult part. It's here. So it's not going to be your biceps. But yeah, you have those two exercises. These help a lot for injuries on whatever you're doing, you know. Planche, but also I think in the gym, people get forearm injuries. Just do stuff like this, you know. I don't do a full forearm day today, but I'll do it in the future, and then you'll see there's a lot more stuff to cover. But these two help a lot already. So yeah, if you have pain in this muscle here at the top of your arm, try these. All right. So let's talk about today's training. If you're gonna get results, do the hard exercises. That's basically what everyone's saying, right? Or used to say. Nowadays, it's like, well, you don't actually need the hard exercises to progress as much. No one's ever arguing that you need to do or that you can do hard exercises to progress, right? No one's arguing, well, you're gonna bench, you're not gonna get results. You're gonna planche, you're not gonna get the results. It's always the argument, well, even if you don't do them, you can get results. So at the bare minimum, if you're doing the hard exercises, if you're doing your bench, if you're in the gym, if you're doing your planche, if you're doing your handstand push-ups, you're gonna get the same results as the people who don't do them, and you're gonna get super strong in the progress. In the progress, indeed. So there's really no downside to doing them, and they're quite fun as well. Today I did push-ups. I got a PR on that. Quite happy, even though it wasn't the 5 sets I hoped for. I did pull-ups. Got a PR on that. Super happy because I love the pull-ups. And then I did forearms to prevent my injuries in the future, and I got a PR on that. So you're doing these lifts that are just targeting your strength, and you get progress. What's not to love? So, you know, you do training like this, you look forward to it every day. I'm gonna make results. And that's it. So see you tomorrow for another leg day.